Good afternoon. I'm actually sitting on another swing, so if I keep moving, you'll know why. In my backyard, and you may hear water running because I'm sitting beside a little water feature that was a gift. It was a gift to us. We could have never really afforded to do what was done in my backyard. I have a gorgeous, gorgeous backyard that I just don't take for granted. And it's one of those benefits that come with having friends that you stay with and you press through with, and those that's put up with me. There's benefits of staying with relationships, great benefits. But I found there's a lot of people have difficulty letting people really get close. And the reason is because they have trust issues. They've been hurt. When I hear their story, I get it. I get it. If I was where they are, I might have those same issues. But I want to remind us that today's a new day. And I mentioned this, I think, Sunday in my message, but just because we didn't have maybe the growing up situation we wanted does not mean that we can't create it for the next generation. And it takes work. So it's funny, I've been working in the yard today. It's such a perfect day. And what I've been doing is working with my perennials. And every time I work in the yard, I get lessons and things that come to me when I'm in nature. And the Bible talks about you can really see God if you just look at nature. That's why I love science. That's why I love studying animals and plants and humans and this world. It's a fabulous, fabulous thing, wonderfully and creatively made. It really is. But I was thinking today is I have a lot of perennials, things that just come up every year. And I've got this glorious, oh my goodness, array of irises. I have the shorter ones that are in yellow, and then I have the big king irises that are purple. And it's funny, the yellow ones seem to bloom first, and then the purple ones. And so I get to keep them for a while. And so today I decided I wanted to take, there's Gary weed eating. I think I'm going to move so we can continue this train of thought. Been trying to get him to weed eat all day and he decides to do it when I get on the phone. That's all right. That's all right. Anyway, thank God for a husband who weed eats. Takes care of the house. I thank God for him. But anyway, I'm going to walk over here close to some of my perennials and things that are just jumping up. And I don't know how to flip the camera, but I've got these little pink flowers. I don't know what they are, but they come up. I've got them all over the place. Of course, we've been in this house for 30 years. So I planted these a long time ago. And the first ones I got, I'm pretty sure I got them from Mom and Dad's house. And I even went over next door to Miss Acker's house while she was still alive, and she had some too. And I think Daddy got his from Miss Acker, but they're all over. And so I planted them. I don't know if you can see these, but well, they're kind of closed for the evening, I think, but they're little pink flowers and they're just glorious. And they open up in the morning and they kind of close down in the evening. When it gets hot, they just melt, but then they come back. But then I have these irises. They only bloom, really one time a year, but they're so gorgeous. But I realized today I decided to dig some up, and I was going to plant them between our property and my sister's property, because they just moved next door to us, and they have 4 acres, and it's between us. But there's a little hole in our gate, a little fence hole, where they come back and forth. We go back and forth. So I wanted to plant some irises there. Just, I don't know, it was meaningful to me because these irises, where I got them from. I went over to my grandparents. They had a farm over in Collinsville, and they had passed on, and another family member had bought the property, and eventually they decided to sell it, and they said, it's fixing to go past hand, so if there's anything over there you want. And so my dad and I got his pickup, and we went over there. The first thing I saw was these glorious irises. And so I said, I got to get some of those. Those were Grandma's irises. So I dug up irises and brought them home with me. And some other things that was just left. Some old things to other people would be junk, but to me they were treasures. They're just treasures to me because they were my grandparents. And they always collected antiques, and a lot of things were probably only meaningful to them, but they're meaningful to me. But today I'm planting irises, and I got really, really tired, and I wanted to stop. And I was like, no, I have all these irises because I did the work some years ago. I didn't stop when I got tired. I kept planting. They're all over because I got on my knees, got tired, hurt my back, just wore myself out digging up bulbs as they multiplied and planting them around our property. I have them in the front yard, have them in the backyard. We have them everywhere. And they're just glorious. Now I took some to the church and planted them last year, and they're coming up. They're coming up. They're irises and Mom and Daddy's little pink things, Miss Acker's little pink things. They're coming up. And my daughter, I took them to the colony and planted them. I didn't know she even knew I did it. And all of a sudden she posted, she said, I love my little purple flowers, pink or purple. And yeah, it's generational. But I had to do the work. They wouldn't be here if I hadn't have done the work. That might not have paid off. I don't know if the bulbs I'm planting today are going to actually come up and do what the other ones done, but I have a pretty good feeling they will, because I've done it in the past. I draw on what happened in the past as a way of being able to trust God with the future. And so I've dug up irises and little flowers, little clover flowers, and I planted them. And now my not only my daughters can have them, my sister can have them, but also my grandchildren. I planted some on her side of the fence, so I thought, well, she might want to dig these up one day when they multiply and give them to Candace, give them to her daughter, or give them to her granddaughters, or her grandsons, or her children. I think if we will do the work, just like we can with planting flowers, what seeds are we planting today that are perennials? Things that will just come up year after year, and they don't just come up, but they multiply. Multiplies. Every time a farmer plants a seed, he has faith that one seed, he's not going to grow up another seed. Why would he want to plant a seed and get a seed? Because he could eat the seed. He's going to plant the corn expecting to have a lot of corn cobs full of corn. He's going to have a multiplication. And I believe every seed I plant in you and every flower I plant in my garden, that these are perennials. They're going to come again and again, and they're going to multiply. This is how we change our world. This is how we change generations, by doing the work today. It's not easy planting flowers. It's not easy putting up with people and continuing relationships. But who knows? They may come one day and they have the money and they put a water feature in your backyard with a porch swing and oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. I don't want to make you jealous. I don't know if you can see it back there. But anyway, it's a blessing. It's a blessing that because you persevere and you do what it takes. If you need to go mend some fences today, do it. Oh, there's nothing any more precious than doing the work, putting in the labor it takes today to get a harvest tomorrow. Can I encourage you today to be a seed planter? Can I encourage you, take something and multiply it. Take it, and if you got some perennials in the yard, go plant them in somebody else's yard. Somebody that maybe don't have the ability to go and plant their own seeds or get down on their knees and plant bulbs. But you know what? I think when you drive by their house, you're going to go, that's what I did. Today I got so excited. Yesterday, my daughter took a little picture of those little flowers, and most of them didn't come up, but those did, and it just made me so happy. Because you know what? Those didn't come just from my house. They came from my daddy and mama's house. And they came from the little lady next door who treated my daddy like a son and loved on him till she died. And he loved her like a mother. He took care of her. Guys, this is not just about blood kin. This is who God's put in our lives. We can pass on a blessing. Today, I want to be a generational blessing. How about you? I love you, and I'm going to get back to planning. Bye.